Hi, Leo. So you said, hey, girl, I got tea. So Jason broke the no contact today, but in a weird way. He was like, hey, hope you are doing well. Do you remember the last time we saw each other? And I responded, yeah. Okay. And how do you feel about it? And then he was like, have we ever been swimming? And I said no. And he knows that we haven't, so that was so strange. Yeah, I kind of hesitated myself too. I was just like, okay, I can see how strange that is. That I felt that was pretty strange too. Okay, and are you guys still texting? How's it going? How do you feel? What else happened? So what's up with that? Because we didn't talk about after that. Okay. Can you remind me, what is Jason's zodiac sign? And Leo, were you a Cancer? I think if I remember correctly, you're a Cancer, right? It's already late in the day, so I'm kind of not remembering people's signs right now. And then again, I just ate, so my brain is finally getting some nutrients. Not gonna lie, but I felt a bit happy, but was expecting more. Jason is an Aries. Yes. Okay. Aries. Right. Okay. So, did you want to ask a question? Is that what you're saying? Did you send me a payment? Because sorry, I don't get the notifications sometimes. Oh, I think yes, you did actually. Okay, so I expected more of a normal conversation about the actual relationship and the conditions I set for him. Okay. So what did you want to ask exactly? All right, so you want to know what's his energy lately? Has anything changed? Okay, perfect. All right, so sorry for that, guys. I had like my computer freeze once again. Okay, so for yours, I want to use the Tarot 3D. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what the cards want to say for you. Okay, so I'm just gonna see a relationship. I'm gonna see what's going on, like, like what is he planning? What is he doing? What is he thinking? Like, what's going on right here? Okay, what's going on right here? So I'm gonna go ahead and check what's going on. What's the status quo? Okay. Well, I know usually I do the red color, guys. I know I usually do the red color, but sometimes I do the pink and purple, which is what I got going on right here. Sometimes I do like this chocolate brown with like a nude color, which you'll see me do in a few times. Okay, so yeah. Well, thank you, guys. Thank you. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say for you. I'm just going to shuffle a few more times. So we have the Magician in reverse. We have the Fool in reverse. The Moon. The Tower. The Lovers. Okay. The Devil. The Hanged Man. The Chariot, and also the Star. In the bottom of the deck, you do have the High Priestess in reverse. So, well, in his heart, he's got the Lovers. So this is representing his emotions. So he's definitely thinking about you. He's definitely thinking romantic feelings when it comes to you, Leo. But in his thoughts, he definitely feels like he is being left in the dark. He feels like that things are going on behind the scenes that he probably doesn't know. So he's probably jumping to conclusions. I do see in his thoughts he's jumping into conclusions. He feels confused, but I feel like it's more in the sense where he feels like you kind of left him in the dark. And he doesn't know what's going on. And in his emotions with the Lovers, well, I mean, if he's asking about swimming and probably trying to plan something, then I do think he's thinking about trying to see you again. But as far as his intentions right here with the Hanged Man, this is basically telling me right here that right now he's not going to do anything. So if he hasn't responded after that little strange conversation, then I do see that right now he is pausing definitely. So he's analyzing, he's pausing, but he's coming off pretty positive right here. You could be feeling like you are out of control, or someone here feels like they're not in control or don't have a say in this relationship. Right, so, but your intentions, weirdly enough, your intentions are giving me the Devil card in reverse. So it's telling me, are you feeling a bit turned off? Like, are you feeling like this is kind of BS? Like, this is just too much. Like, you should just probably leave and walk away. Probably invest your time somewhere else instead of laying your eggs in this basket. That's kind of what the cards are giving me right here as far as your intentions. Now you got the Devil card in reverse, or at least giving off that impression that you're kind of losing attraction and losing interest. As far as your love life, as far as how your feelings are, we do have the Tower, which I'm going to pull one more card for, and I got the Empress. Okay, so I feel like this is kind of like a wake-up call. In a way, you kind of just feel like this is like, you feel like this is a bit of a challenge because you're wondering. Yes, I feel like that has to do a little bit with the hesitancy. I feel like this has to do a lot with your hesitancy because in your emotions, you have right here the Empress with the Tower. So as far as your emotions for this person, I'm seeing a bit of a wake-up call, or you get the impression that the universe might be testing you in some way. Or this could be a thing where you're just like, should I stand up for myself and advocate for myself and, you know, out of respect for myself, or, you know, because I'm seeing a Tower moment. I'm seeing like this could be like almost like I feel like as far as like, you know, putting myself in your shoes, almost like you're telling yourself, like, I don't know if you're wondering if this is just the universe trying to test you, whether you would do the right thing and advocate for yourself and get this person to move forward and give you what you need, or move on and continue with those hesitations. Okay, yes, that's exactly what I've been thinking lately. Yeah, that's kind of what I get right here in your feelings. Almost like you're wondering if it's the universe trying to test you again, and you're like, no, I don't want to fall in that trap again, even though you really like this guy. You're almost telling yourself, almost like, I don't know if this is a test from the universe that's trying to test me, you know, just another trap, you know, and you don't want to get hurt. Your mind is telling you, don't take the risk. Your mind is telling you, don't take the risk. Don't bite the apple, you know? Because you feel out of control. You feel like you're not able to manifest the outcome that you want with Jason. Okay. But he feels like you left him in the dark. Like you gave him your you gave him your ultimatums. I remember we talked about that in the previous reading, in a different live stream, where you mentioned about how you know, you gave your ultimatums, from what I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, please. And you kind of just vanished, right? And now it just seems like he feels like you just left him in the dark, like you just ghosted him, you know? He just feels like you ghosted him. So I'm trying to put myself in his shoes again, you know, and he's like, well, he just ghosted me, you know? But he still cares about you and his emotions. He's got the Lovers. Right now, yeah, he's thinking about something. He could be trying to figure out a plan or something. So you might not hear from him for a little bit. It doesn't mean it's going to be days or months. It could be even tonight. Who knows? Point is that as we speak right now and answering your question, you know, what's going on with him and, you know, what's up, and just having this relationship spread here with you and him, he's thinking about it, right? But yeah, he's coming off pretty positive. Or he's, you know, he's not being a pain in the ass, in other words. Right? So Did you want to ask another question? Questions, concerns about what I had said? Did you want me to elaborate on anything? What are your thoughts, Leo? Okay, perfect. And I see somebody else right here. Hi. Hi, if you wanted to ask a question, because I see that you submitted a question right here. So I know you want to ask a question. Today, my readings are $5. The instructions are down below. I am accepting payments through PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. If you are watching me from outside of the United States, use the PayPal link. That one accepts payments for outside of the United States. $5 USD, $5 USD. And yeah, from there we can go ahead and answer your question. Okay, I see your question right here. Okay, but yes, I saw you. It's just usually I tend to give my clients their undivided attention when I'm talking to them. Okay, so Leo. All right, so you want to check out your Psycho X. Okay, so let's talk about your ex. What is your ex's name and zodiac sign? Leo, and if I remember correctly, you're the Cancer, right? You're a Cancer? I had just digested some food right here, so I'm getting those nutrients in my brain, barely. Like... Oh, on his Psycho X. I thought your Psycho X. That's right. Okay, that's right. Okay. Yes. Okay. Do you remember the ex's zodiac sign or the name or both? Ray, and he's a Leo, and Jason is an Aries. I mean, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and use a different deck for Leo. For Jason and his ex Ray, Leo. All right, let's see what the cards have to say for Jason and Ray. So we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Cups in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse, Page of Pentacles, Temperance, Two of Wands, King of Pentacles in reverse, Page of Wands in reverse, and also the Magician. And then in the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, so the Seven of Swords, not the Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords. So with the Seven of Swords, this is basically telling me right here, well, Seven of Swords is about secrets. Seven of Swords is about deception. Deception between them two. I want to know if it's because Ray doesn't know, if this is what they're referring to, that maybe Ray doesn't know that Jason is seeing somebody else. Let me see. Yeah. Ooh, I got the Nine of Cups with that. Nine of Cups, totally. So Jason hasn't told Ray about you. Interesting. Okay. Well, the reason why is because in general, with the Page of Wands in reverse representing Jason's exterior towards Ray, well, he's not even talking to him at all. If anything, they just talk when it's absolutely necessary, but he's really just not talking to him at all. So that would just make total sense as to why he doesn't really know about you, and it's almost telling me too right here that but at the same time, Jason's got the Page of Pentacles as far as his emotions. Again, I'm seeing that the cards are reiterating the idea or the fact that Ray still wants him and that he knows that. So Jason still acknowledges that. He knows that Ray still wants him. But now he's just pretending that he doesn't. So it could be a thing where Ray is focusing on himself with the Magician. He could be also, what I'm really seeing, honestly, I'm seeing Ray focusing on himself so much. Like, it could be a thing where, like, he started going to the gym or just going to the gym more often, or things like that. I'm really picking up, like, the gym, like, a lot of, like, self focus, so Ray is really giving that impression. So Ray could be out a lot. He could be like, or just giving off the impression that, he's preoccupied with the self focus, or it could be, just spending more time with friends and having more gatherings, more brunches with, Ray and, the friends, and Jason is noticing that. And also Ray is making it a point. Also, from what I'm seeing, though, if you want me to be honest, Leo, it's kind of working. But then again, it is Mercury retrograde. Don't even trip. It is Mercury retrograde. Sometimes Mercury retrograde tends to make people feel like, what if with the X, And sometimes it's not even for a good reason either. Sometimes it's because the universe wants them to address certain things, not necessarily because they need to come back together into a relationship. Maybe they just need to resolve certain things so that, their soul contract, because they could be soulmates. If this is happening, their soul contract could just be done. You get me? I will be brutally honest, okay? And I'm going to tell you right now, like, I think Ray doing this is making Jason feel a little left out now. Is making Jason feel a little missed out. Even though Jason is not talking, he's not imposing any conversation, he's not even trying at all. But the thing is that Jason too, I feel like Jason too wants something more. I think he wants something more. I want to know what he means by something more. Because the cards are telling me he wants more and he doesn't feel like this is enough. Okay, so he feels like he's settled with Ray. He feels like he's settled with Ray. So was he ever truly in love with Ray? I mean, at one point, yeah, he was. But in a way, it kind of felt like he settled. Like he could have had more. So I mean, he genuinely did care for him at one point, yes. And from what the cards are telling me is that at the same time, it did feel like he settled a bit. He feels like he could have had more. Is it financially? Because I'm almost getting a thing that maybe just financially. No. I think they're saying more in the sense that, maybe Ray, I don't know if Jason has ever told you this, but it seems like they have this thing where they do that to each other, where they argue and they have breaks, or they fight and they break up, but they're still living with each other, and they like, they're always breaking up, making up, breaking up, making up until it was officially over. Does Jason want to go back? Look at it's saying yes, but you have to understand that Mercury retrograde is coming like in 3 days, So this is normal to see with people and their exes, okay? So, oh my God, yes, they were always on and off. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing right here with the Four of Swords in reverse. Like, I think that's the part where he feels like he's settled, where like he settled for he settled for the drama, he settled for all the psycho BS, simply because he loved him, because he generally cared for him. So in a way, he felt like he settled. He dealt with the drama. He dealt with the pain. He dealt with the craziness, and I feel like in that aspect, because I asked if maybe he settled, financially, he felt like, he wasn't doing well financially. No, the card said no. It was more because of what I mentioned earlier. So the X weighs more than me right now. I'm not sure, but this could just be a thing where, well, yes, he could be more on the heavier side or something. Cards are saying, well, yes, but the cards are telling me just in general, it could be a thing where he's just doing more of a self-focus. He could just be gone more, hanging out with friends, stuff like that, going out on dates. Again, they're not talking unless they absolutely need to. But from what I see right here too is that Ray is kind of doing these little things, like maybe just being gone a lot. And stuff like that. Maybe like getting like super ready, putting on some cologne, and when people do things to get the other person like jealous and stuff, like when you want to get your partner like super pissed off, you go to work. That's typical shit you see on movies. You go to work with the nicest dress you have, and you put on like your freaking perfume or your cologne or whatever, and you go to work, trying to get a reaction from your partner after you guys just argued, kind of toxic shit you see in movies and shit. Like, just imagine like him doing like shit, or, some things like that, where Jason is, noticing shit like that, and he's like feeling a little missed out. But then again, I'm not surprised that I'm seeing this in the cards right now, because Mercury retrograde is here, or almost here. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. And also the cards, yeah, right now he's feeling like he misses him. He is feeling missed out. He hasn't done anything about it. He hasn't talked to him. He hasn't tried to fix anything or anything like that, or even small talk, to say the least. But at least as we speak, But from what I'm seeing, he does feel like he misses him, and he kind of does, in a way, wonder if he could go back. But then he remembers, like, oh my God, but then I settled for the drama. Like, I did love him, but I settled for all the drama. I settled for all the bullshit and stuff like that. So I'd have to check again in a couple of days. Yeah, maybe we could check again in a couple of days to see if they're still in no contact and stuff like that. But then again, I mean, we did see before that Ray was going to eventually give up. Ray was going to eventually leave. And especially with right here in the relationship status, the relationship situation, like the status quo between them two, Seven of Pentacles in reverse, that's not a good card. That's basically saying right here with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse that this is just basically going to head towards a dead end. This is going to be a lost case. And it's going to be unresolvable. So I'd have to check again in a couple of days. Yes, we saw that one. That's why it's so strange to see that. Yeah. But yeah, with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse representing right here in the middle of them two, representing the status quo between them two or the relationship status. Seven of Pentacles talks about heading towards a dead end. This is heading towards that dead end already. It's already going down. It's going down that road. It's still going down that road, what we had seen before. So even though he's feeling like this, a little missed out, again, Ray is doing this to fuck with his brain, to make him feel like he's missing out on them. But, you know, these are just little psychological things. And then knowing that, you know, Mercury retrograde is fucking with everyone's brain right now, trying to get exes to talk. Because, again, sometimes what Mercury retrograde does is that it forces people to resolve certain things because the universe wants them to give each other closure, close the chapter, so that we can amicably, like adults, like wonderful spiritual adults, move forward in life. That's why Mercury retrograde does that. And it happens 4 times a year. Okay? So, any questions, any concerns, any thoughts about what I just said? Does it make sense to you? Yeah, it's making him feel like, you know, he should like regret, you know, that he should feel bad for wanting to move forward. But yeah, the cards did say he hasn't even mentioned you either. So but then again, he could also be doing that so that Ray doesn't get all crazy. Who knows what Ray is capable of, you know? Who knows? So any other questions for me, Leo? You're welcome, Leo. Nevertheless, it is awesome to see you here again. And I hope to see you on Tuesday next week. Okay? Hi, Elephant Para. I just saw your messages. Whenever you're ready, I will go ahead and do a reading for you. And also, Mandan, if you want a reading, my readings today are $5. All you have to do is submit the payment down below. You will see the link to PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. If you are watching me outside of the United States, then use the PayPal link to send me the $5 USD. Okay? Oh, hi, Rajid. It is you. How are you? Okay, so this is you, Purple Ripple. Yes, I remember that. I remember that. So you have a small studio at your grandmother's place. It's in the middle of nowhere. You have a renter who rented a month and said wants to get out. Will I get success if I put it on sale? Will it get sold, or will I get into losses? Or do you think the renter will come back and rent it, maybe buy it if I sell it cheap? I'm struggling financially. Please help. My date of birth is February 11th. Yes, I remember you are an Aquarius. Yes, I do remember you are in the middle of nowhere in Canada. I do remember that. Yes, and you did submit the payment, which I did see. How are you doing? I've been doing well. Haha, last 2 years, give or take. I know. You still follow me on Patreon. I still see that you are a very loyal member on my Patreon. Thank you so much, Rajid. And I'm doing well. I'm doing really well. If only you were here in the United States, I'd invite you to, and of course, if you weren't struggling, right? I'd invite you to my in-person meet and greet. I will be having a meet and greet later on this month in August. I'm going to be having one in Long Beach, and I am hoping to get one later for San Diego here in California. So I'm going to be doing a couple of meet and greets this month. I will be also doing Pagan Pride. I'll be doing tarot readings at Pagan Pride LAOC, which is going to be here in Long Beach as well. So yeah, been doing really well. Not grandmother's place. The name of the place is called Grammy's Place. Okay. It's been registered in that name since long. Yes, I read the email about your Long Island reading session. Or Long Beach. I wish I was there for sure. Alrighty, so let's bring that question. Okay, so you basically want to know if you sell this Grammy's Place, will it sell or will this person come back? So I'm just going to go ahead and ask if you will be able to sell it this year or when, like a time frame as to when. When will you be able to sell this place or be able to get a new tenant who would want to rent the place? Okay, so let me go ahead and see. Okay, let's see. So we're going to use the Witch's Tarot for this. Let's see what the cards have to say. Would you be able to sell it this year or have another tenant or a time frame as to when we see you have that place preoccupied and have it bring you more money again? So let's see. Okay. It's a 50-50 chance. Leaning towards a no. I do think you're going to try. I do think you're really going to try, most especially with the Hermit card in reverse. I do think you're going to try. You're going to try really hard to try to sell this, even with the Three of Wands. You might try to even to sell this, but I wouldn't be surprised if you might want to, for a little while it's still under your name, you might use it as a vacation space, or might use it as a little retreat area to go with friends or something, or with family. Let's see what you said. I just want to know if I can get a buyer at all. Like I said, it's the middle of nowhere, and whether at a good price or it doesn't even matter. So I don't think it's going to happen this year. I do think it's going to happen next year. It could even happen around like August, September, October, or even November time. So around like the second half, like the beginning to the latter middle half, so around the second half of the year. So nowhere before August for sure. But I think I think you will, just not this year. So, but I do see that meanwhile, you might use this place as a bit of a vacation space, or you might try to use this as a place to retreat sometimes, just to get a breath of fresh air, just to kind of, take advantage of it, might as well, while it's under your name. But then after that, of course, you're going to sell it. But I see you selling it around next year. As far as a good price, or a price that you would be satisfied with, yes. And I got the Fool card. I do think it is going to be something you're going to be quite satisfied with, as a matter of fact. You got the Fool, so I do think this is a person that might be a bit of an impulsive buyer, or this might be a person who might be like, might not even think about it. So with the Fool card, it's going to be like, oh, okay. So don't worry about keeping your hopes too high. You might find yourself an impulsive buyer. For sure. And it is going to be something that you're satisfied with. Of course, I don't know what range that would be, but I did ask if it would be an amount that you would be satisfied with. You're welcome. You need to hang out with us a little bit more often, Rajit. Even if you're not purchasing a reading, you need to come and hang out, okay? Nice seeing you around. And of course, if you have more questions, I am more than happy to take all of your questions.